Yo, hello everybody out there in internet land. From the basement of the Weisencraft Manor comes the Wise Fellow Society.
Hey, what up? What up? What up?
How you doing?
Hey,
It's good to be back, guys.
How you doing, guys?
hey.
How's you guys doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Not alright.
You're gonna go swimming with the fish tonight.
Cement Nikes, huh?
It's Quitings for you.
Oh man, everyone remember Dick Tracy?
Yeah, that's dope movie. I was watching that the other
Hold on,
day.
are you talking about the cartoon or are you talking about the movie?
I didn't know it was a
I
cartoon.
kind of knew there was a cartoon. I remember there was a comic book strip, but it was the movie, man.
Dude, yeah.
Dope movie.
That was so iconic.
Madonna as No Face.
You know it was crazy. I liked how Dick Tracy epitomized how arch enemies and villains were supposed to be back then. You know, you had a gimmick, like there's lips manly, flat top, prune face, baby face. You know what I'm saying? Like they had names. And, I don't know. They just grabbed you.
It was great, because back in the day, evil people were easy to identify based on their fucked up features and like their lisps,
like
their club legs, and stuff
what's,
like that.
What's wrong with butt face?
Like
a butt.
like prune face. He had a prune face. Lips manly. He had lips.
Like big ass fucking lips.
Flat top had the flat top, right?
No, his head was like super like.
It was parted to the side, but it was like flat top, right?
And then there was Mumbles.
Mumbles.
And then they figured out that he was actually confessing because they they held a recorder backwards or something. Like,
oh yeah.
Big boy did it. Big boy did it.
Oh yeah. Damn. That was that was a good one. And
watch some Dick Tracy later. Shit.
Yeah, he's
I'll
like,
watch it when I get home.
I like walnuts. Yeah, walnuts. They're good for the heart. Remember when he gives a little spiel about walnuts and how they clean the arteries or something.
Shit.
I remember that part. I gotta watch it when I get home.
Yeah, no, that was probably like the end of my like love for Madonna, because like at the end she went blonde and I just like, whoa, what? I don't get it. Like I don't know. I just didn't.
You don't like the blondes?
I like blondes. She just tried to be like Marilyn Monroe when she should have just been Madonna. I loved her with Like a Virgin and all that, and that was cool. Then she just damn. It just went off on me,
I got to visit Marilyn Monroe's fucking where they're buried.
Gravesite?
Oh, yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
She's buried right next to she's cremated right next to Hugh Hefner.
Mm-hmm. And,
but like I always imagine like Hugh Hefner is plaque looking all cool with the Playboy bunny. It just has Hugh Hefner and on the wall, like really, like that's Hugh Hefner. Like even Marilyn Monroe, it's just her name. Is like girls go there and put like kisses on the wall, like on her, because she's cremated, so they're in the wall.
Yeah, she was discovered. I forgot how exactly she was discovered. I think it was at a Rexall drugstore. Back then, when you would get discovered, you got discovered at the pool at the known hotels in Beverly Hills, Hollywood, whatever. You wanted to be seen. If you could sneak in and get into the pool, producers were there, and they were looking for girls, always looking for girls with the look. So and sometimes girls would get discovered at just a known drugstore, and who was it? It was I think Marilyn Monroe was.
Marilyn Monroe, man, it's fucking nuts. It was crazy. Betty Page is buried in the same cemetery.
Betty Page, yeah.
Which cemetery did you go to?
Not the Hollywood Forever, but there's another one in Hollywood, Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay.
It's hidden. It's like right behind a bunch of buildings in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Rodney Dangerfield was there. I was star-studded by that one. Rodney Dangerfield. Is it? I get no respect.
Yeah. I tell you. I get no respect.
Sylvester Stallone's son is right there, the one that committed suicide.
Oh, yeah, damn.
Fuck. Man, I didn't even know
it's
that.
It's a small cemetery. You know what? Dean Martin's right there, too.
Damn.
I got star-studded with that one, too.
Dean Martin, yeah, that guy was interesting.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Lewis and Martin. That was interesting.
All the history underneath your feet.
That's nuts.
Well,
dude.
And here's the question, going back to Marilyn. Do you think she was killed?
I don't know. I never really dug into her story.
Do you think she was part of the Kennedy plot, or do you think?
Well, was
she part of was she killed for the Kennedys or like some other thing? Like,
what it is it could have been like the who like Central Intelligence who was watching the president seeing all this, they were watching them, incriminating them.
Okay, real quick, from someone who doesn't know really about the conspiracies.
No, go ahead.
What was the deal? What was she? I know she was involved with Kennedy, but did she know something about him?
Well,
was she
the reason why she would know something is while they would, when they're having an affair, when he's sneaking off with her after, the CIA realized when people talk after, they usually talk after sex. So that's the best time. And sometimes a lot of politicians are known to brag to their, people who they're having an affair with.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
was a thing too back in the day. They used to use prostitutes for
intel.
Used to. They still do.
I don't know.
They're called sparrows. And the Russians are really good at it. They're so good.
It's a tale
that
as
JFK,
old as time.
the reason why they had to follow Marilyn Monroe is because JFK already was associated with two Russian spies already, like fooling around with.
But if it was an inside conspiracy, who killed her? Like the government?
Yeah, because
and for what? But what was their benefit for killing her if they didn't like JFK?
Because she got to see when she snuck in, she gets to see things that the news doesn't see, and if she's probably was mistreated. Like maybe there probably could have been maybe a rape from someone that's in their circle, because she's not going to say that.
I heard he talked in his sleep.
JFK?
It could be.
But you think it was JFK's people that killed her, or was it the government side that killed JFK that killed her?
I don't think.
I think it's the people who killed JFK that killed her.
Yeah, I think it's that.
But I'm saying like I would understand JFK's people killing her because he's gonna put his expose him. But why would the people trying to kill JFK
they wouldn't
kill
have
her? What would they gain out of it?
Well, they wouldn't have to even kill her because they would just give her they would make her a nice deal. There would
I'm saying like
because
loose ends. You've just performed in an assassination of a president. You want to make sure that all the loose ends are nice and taken care of.
Yeah.
Was she killed before his assassination or after?
You know what? I don't exactly remember the timeline. They could have been after.
We should come back to this one another day and kind of.
Yeah.
Because I've always heard of her. I don't know much of her, but I've never dove into her history.
Yeah, the rumor is that whoever killed her administered an enema. That's how
she died?
Yeah, that's how they got her to get drugged up when she was already inebriated enough that they administered her an enema because she was already taking those to clean out, like to lose weight. They would take coffee, enemas, and
it's like that's the
like
shot
that.
in the butt, correct?
It's just like a tube or so. It's how they clean out their colons and stuff. But it helps them lose weight.
Well, I think this is a good
put some of those in the cart for me.
Yeah, I think this is a good transition point.
Yeah.
Speaking of weight loss,
going from enemas. Hey guys, over there at the Bat Cave, thank you for providing us these next topics. Okay. We're gonna go through them and let's start. All right, first topic of the night, found on the Bat Cave. It goes, Mighty Mice stay muscle-bound in space. Boon to astronauts.
Damn.
Mighty Mice?
So, this is a article that I see came from NBC News, and basically what they've done is they've genetically engineered mice to be super buff in space.
Oh, sick.
You're telling me biker mice from Mars is coming?
Fuck it.
Damn. You're telling me that's how this is going down.
Yes.
Shout out to whoever posted that on there.
Absolutely.
Buff mice, that's tight.
So the idea here is, in zero gravity, you don't get a lot of exercise. Your body's entropy, and you use, for like whatever amount of time that you're up there, when you get back down to Earth, you have to exercise and actually like regain the muscles.
Oh, because there's no gravity.
Yeah. They have like they have different workout plans. But I think they figured it out to minimize, like before the mice thing, they had it to minimize, like I think it was like 0.001% of their bone density loss that you get like each month you're in space, something like that.
Actually, that's kind of funny, Joey. Reading through it is the findings hold promise for preventing muscle and bone loss in astronauts on prolonged space trips to missions like Mars. Damn, Joey.
Biker mice, get ready.
So what do you think happens here? Do you think these like it's a secret of Nim thing where they're kind of super smart and they like they escape out to the Martian like atmosphere?
Well, the rover's
mice
gonna
colony.
it's not gonna be Elon Musk. It's gonna be Harley Davidson.
It's Mickey Mouse, bitch.
That Harley Davidson is gonna create the rover, and they're gonna like jump on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like one of the rovers goes missing, and then like over the course of like several years, like
Yeah.
more and more.
So you've already heard about like the mice that like when people are watching the launch, they're calling them space mice. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. What is
So,
this?
When
Space
you're
mice.
watching the live feed, I watch a shout out to event. It was an Overlook Horizon. It's like one of those channels that watches the stream, and he gives good commentary, so you don't feel like you're dumbass watching this high tech shit going on, and so people are saying they're seeing like as the launches as the rocket gets out of orbit, gets out of Earth's atmosphere, they're seeing like a mouse. What looks like a mouse fall from the rocket into the atmosphere. But really what it is, it's just dry ice that accumulates. It's actually, no, it's solid oxygen that's formed from the cold, space that gets formed and it gets launched out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so, but people were saying, oh, it's a mouse, shit's fake, and you know how that shit gets started. So, but like I like watching it because when stuff like that happens, this guy knows what he's talking about and calls it out. No, it's not a space centipede. It's not that.
Cool. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. When you think about mice and the exploration age back in the day, where they used to hide on like boats and they would follow us. You can't really do that on spaceships unless they're invited in.
Yeah, because wouldn't their heads blow up?
Well, who says they're invited? Yeah, that's right, George. Are they gonna create like coating on the wires that's gonna make the rat not want to chew on them? Like, for someone who builds rockets, that's the question I would want to
Man,
ask.
space rats are bullshit, man.
Yeah, like, dude, like if you could start a planet without rats, why would you introduce them to that planet?
Why wouldn't you?
Well,
Well, maybe they do have some benefit, no?
well, every animal has some benefit.
You're
right?
cockroaches, right?
The thing about
Yeah.
rats and why they're so useful to science is they breed at such a fast rate.
Yeah,
They're disposable, huh?
Yeah, they're super disposable. In technicality, it's kind of like in Demolition Man where they eat the rat burger. If you have like
Oh, yeah. I
a
forgot about that.
fast reproducing animal that's for quick proteins, I'm not just saying we're eating rats in space.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
They do that shit in China. I've seen that.
there could be a movie like this.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what? Maybe if rats were farmed,
I was
they
just
would
gonna
be
say
okay
that.
to eat, no?
Right.
Because the thing is, they have diseases. That's why you don't want to eat a rat. But maybe they were farmed, like how chickens are.
Well, rats
would
are
be
already
more-
kind of farmed in that sense. For sure for the reptiles, they are.
Yeah.
But like not too long ago, I went to Peru and they eat guinea pig, and I'm
Oh,
sure
that's
that they're.
sad. Poor guys.
Oh
Poor
yeah,
guys.
yeah, right.
Guinea pig. How
We'll
can
eat
you
the
eat
fucking
something so
rats.
cute? Eat a rat.
Why would I eat something so fucking gross and ugly, man? I get poppers, little rat poppers. You just like break them open and just like pop in your mouth.
Real quick.
They squeal as you chew them.
Well, we're talking about space real fast. I just want to throw this out there because I just want maybe you guys know the answer. Say we're in a spaceship and I throw a ball at you like as fast as I can. Will that ball fly through the air like it does here, or will it go in slow motion because of the gravity? No gravity.
It will fly through the air, but just no friction in the air, so nothing's gonna stop it.
Even though I'm moving as fast as I can and I'm letting it go, the ball is not gonna go from point A to point B
It
fast
will.
like it does here, or will it just kind of slowly
it will probably go a little faster because there's no friction in the air to slow it down at all. So it's just gonna go in a straight line.
No, I'm not a rocket scientist or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I was asking you guys.
But-
But you guys are pretty smart.
It's basically whatever kinetic energy you're putting into
Yeah,
it,
right. It's not gonna go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna go faster, but since there's friction on Earth, automatically when you're throwing something, it slows down to an extent. But when you're in space and you're throwing something, whatever energy you already have from the release point, that's the energy that's going to be put
But-
until something slows it down or acts on it.
Is your energy slower though? Like because of the
Science
gravity?
says.
Let's say we had a frisbee and you're out there. We're on the spaceship. I throw you a frisbee and go as fast as I can. Is it gonna fly towards you fast?
But an
or is it
object
gonna
in motion will stay in motion unless anything will act on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm not about the motion, but I'm saying like that power, that thrust. Like, is it gonna transfer from my hand to the frisbee like it does here, or is it gonna slow down because there's no gravity? Kind of just glide.
Well, here's the thing about that is like when we throw something here, the gravity. There's the arc of the motion, and then there's the weight of the object being pulled down and just trajectory and things like that. I honestly don't know. That's going to be something that we're going to have to Google up real quick.
Well, I think
if somebody knows, go ahead and put it in the back.
I'm just assuming off the bat, that force that we have on Earth, none of those forces are acting on it.
What about the Jedi Force?
Just we can already assume it's going to be a little bit faster, but not because there's more energy. It's just that energy was never to be expended on Earth like it is in space.
That's I just want to know. I just want to see how energy is in space because we've never seen it. All the shit going on in space, like we've never seen the video of what that's like.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some sort of space based
project
episode
podcast,
at some point.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. We're gonna talk about like Martians and lunar colonies
on the show. Let's get an astronaut.
Space imperialists.
All right. Man. Oh damn man! Don't get me started, man. I've been all about.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
Right.
We need an astronaut on the show one day.
Oh yeah, actually, before we end this topic, Joey brings up a good one. If anyone's familiar with the series Dune, one of the time-honored and classic sci-fi series novels.
Respect.
It's great. Please look up the new trailer for Dune. It looks fantastic.
Dune.
Yes.
Yeah, there's spice. You want me to look it up now?
The spice must flow. No, we'll move on to the next.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, next topic from the website collectiveevolution.com. Bees absolutely love cannabis and it could help restore their populations.
Interesting.
Oh, no way. I didn't know about that.
Helps them chill or what?
Huh?
Helps them just chill?
Hey, man. Bees out there are having a hard time with these pesticides and everything like that. But we got these organic growers, these hemp and marijuana plantations who are purposely not using insecticides and is finding a really good population of bees because of it.
That's good. Yeah, I support it. You know what's interesting too is carpenter bees. They don't get a lot of respect, but I've been reading and seeing some YouTube videos about them and people that raise them, and they're really good. They don't sting, and you can put them in your backyard, and they can just be. Instead of having a big bee colony, you can have carpenter bees where they build like a little. They look like those wasp nests, but you can just build like a little tree house for them, and they build like a nest, and then they just pollinate your garden. It's just like having 30 of them.
So what exactly do they do versus like bumblebees? I'm not familiar with bees myself.
Yeah, me either. Well, I just think that I don't know how I think maybe they probably produce a sugar. It's not a honey, but they make something from, the pollen or something. I'm not sure.
Speaking of honey and cannabis, have you guys tried any of that cannabis honey?
Yes, I've done it. I've done a few experiments with honey. Like I rolled a blunt and then put honey on a hot pan, and then I rolled it, and so the honey was real slick, and it coated the blunt. So I had they dip cognac or dip them in honey. Mm-hmm. That was one way of evenly coating my blunt, and it made my blunt last long. But if it hits uneven, you're kind of screwed. So I don't know. Honey's kind of sticky, but. Yeah, I've tried the cannabis honey. I like it. It's worth it for tea.
For tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really calming actually. I've used it a few times, and you just have just enough of a hint of it to get you by. And this is actually like honey that's being produced by bees who are doing it through cannabis. Have you tried those?
Okay, no. I just had this honey that was infused. Comes in those honey sticks, and I like those. I'm a sucker for those at the swap meets.
Those are good.
You ever going to swap meets and just like they got them and you're like, hey, Mom, let me get like 10 of them.
I remember the swap meets.
You remember going to the bee guy and the guy would have like a bee thing right there?
Oh yeah, right. Which you mean like he'd have his own little like?
Colony there.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
they used to do
man.
shit like that. How does it
Yeah.
not sting people?
You know what? It just I didn't even think about that, but I just remember you would see him with a case, and you'd see him with bees right there. You should be like, "What the freak?" And they would just be flying out like nothing. But like he kept people away from him. You know, I just
Probably,
remember
like,
seeing that. You
Kept
know,
blowing smoke and stuff at
probably
the bunnies,
yeah.
right?
He probably had like a little bit of smoke right at the edge, but just like just kind of constantly blowing it there or something. But
See,
man.
here's the thing about that. I feel like bees and smoke and cannabis probably do go together pretty well.
Right. I mean, it makes sense.
What do you guys think the next 10 years of smoking? Like what's the new thing? You know what I mean? Like 10 years from now, what do you?
Well, right now we got dabs and cartridges now. That's right now the norm, right?
It's
Cartridges.
actually really amazing. Actually, working in the cannabis industry in terms of what we're going, we're finding like different ways to refine cannabis. Like, are you familiar with live resins?
I've
Yeah.
heard of. But
the whole plant resin.
Yeah, live resins. So, like a lot of times, or like early concentrates were not that very good. You'd make things like a bubble hash. But as the refinement and the ability to actually use technology to it, you're doing things like a live resin is when they press a live plant. Normally, what you would do is you would cut the plant and then let it dry out, and then you'd have harvest the buds, and then like the leftover resins and things like that to make bubble hash.
Yeah.
But for these things, what they do is they smash it in a presser under like a great deal of heat, and what comes out is this clear-ish liquid that's just pure deliciousness of THC.
Yeah.
I always thought that the like what you wanted was coming from the leaves, but actually I worked with my friend the other day. He had me trim all the leaves off, and I was like, "Oh
It's in
shit!"
the buds.
Yeah, it's in the buds.
It's in the nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
But
the
I always
flower.
thought it was on the fucking actual leaf. You know?
Well, sometimes if you're good,
Yeah, well,
you
the
know,
sugar
you'll
leaf, yeah.
the sugar leaf, is
Sugar
great.
leaf, yeah, sugar leaf, and that's usually what a lot of earlier, like what years back, some companies, extract companies were making they were making shatter out of trim and passing it off as nug runs, they were calling it.
I think once this stuff gets more like legalized, like within the next 10, 20 years or whatever, I feel they're gonna come out with alcohol that has.
Oh, they already have that. I was
no.
making it. I made it.
No, but I'm saying like that you go buy at the store. You know what I mean? Not
Oh,
something
yeah.
you make at home. But
Oh.
I just want to throw it out there. If anyone's listening that has money, Crossfade. That's a black can in green. That's the name of the thing. Crossfade. Boom. Because you can get crossfaded. I like
Wait,
it. I like
hold
getting
on.
crossfaded.
So is that
Crossfaded,
going to be your line of like
well,
cannabis infused alcohol
Damn.
beverages?
crossfade.
Crossfade,
Okay.
right? It's gonna be a
Yeah.
mixer. It's gonna be crossfade.
I like getting crossfade. That's my favorite thing
Okay,
to do.
so
Damn.
I just-
hear about this, Rich. Okay, so Crossfade is the brand, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are the
Crossfade.
flavors?
Let's see. I'm thinking like something purple, grape, like a grape flavor.
Oh god,
Um,
grape. Well, you know what? How about like we'll go with the flavors of the Otter Pops.
Yeah.
Remember the Otter Pops? Like like
Crossfade.
grape, lemon, lime. You got to go blueberry.
You know how these White Claw things are taking off right now?
White Claws?
white
Well,
cherry,
once
white cherry.
like, let's say I get rich and I make it happen. Boom! Everyone's gonna follow my shit and copy my shit.
Well-
like how White Claw came out first and all these. Well, I don't know. One of those. But they were one of the first guys. But now you see all these seltzers everywhere.
Well,
It's gonna be the same thing.
I was
So how
ex-
come we're not doing like
I-
cannabis seltzers?
I was experimenting with
'Cause it's not
alcohol.
fully legal. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, see, about maybe 8 years ago, maybe 5. Yeah, about 8 years ago,
You were a pioneer.
I had about, I had a whole bottle, what do they call a liter of aguardiente, that sugar cane alcohol, and I infused it with buds. One of my grower passed away and left me like pounds, so I had a lot of it. So I was
I
experimenting.
think I remember this. Isn't that
Yeah.
that jar you had?
Yeah, you remember that jar full of bud
Like a
and
fucking
alcohol?
moonshine.
Yes.
Yeah, he had
Oh
it
make
my
bud
god!
moonshine?
It was so for like 2 years, more than 2-3 years. It was soaking for.
Bro, like back when we used to actually meet out in the shed of the Weisencraft Manor.
Damn, dude.
He had that thing, and we were just watching it build up.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Man,
insane.
I've seen people tap out. Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin.
They'll put you to sleep.
Yeah,
How
dude.
much? So like a shot?
My cousin would just drink. What I would do is it's just treated like white lightning, or not white lightning. What do they call that?
Black
Everclear.
lightning.
Everclear. Like like one little line of the Dixie cup, the bottom line, like that is like too much. You want
damn.
like not even enough to fill up, like make a line. You don't even want to build up a bubble all the way across, and you just put the rest of it just full ice and just soda. And I called it my grandpa Gaudencio's ganja gonna get you juice, and man, it got you. My cousin used to just drink one thing, and then like half hour he was like, "I'm not taking no more, man. I'm done." He would give it to people. I'm like, "All right, cool." I mean, it would hit you in the head, man. Like crossfade in another dimension, dude.
Nice.
Oh shit, man!
Yeah.
Crossfade, intergalactic fade.
Yeah.
That's that fucking next tier.
So if you want to mess around, dude, you want to collaborate,
top-
Rich?
yeah.
We can mess around because
All right.
I got some experience
So
with that.
we'll have the crossfade. It'll be like just like your go-to beer, but then when you
Dude.
want to like be fancy, we'll have the big ass bottles. The bottles gonna be all black with like
Damn.
stars all over it and a fucking like majestic looking ass
Well,
leaf.
and I'll
that fucking
import
lights up.
I'll import the gold miner's toe from Alaska. That was from the Yukon, from the old gold rush.
Yeah,
Just give it the flavor.
So I guess the next things we're gonna have to build inside the Weisencraft Manor bunker is a distillery wing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the bar for the corks and the casks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Damn it.
Damn,
The
that's
oak barrels.
tight.
I've been meaning to go down there and clean things out for a while, but
Yeah.
I guess we can go in and like take a look and maybe open it up for some distilleries.
Yeah, right. We probably got to
Yeah.
remove that thing that's behind that other thing back there.
Dude, we don't talk about that, and that's
Okay.
not going anywhere.
All right,
right?
all right, all right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Sex
Next.
dolls.
next topic. Harvard created a wool-like 3D printable material that can shape-shift.
What? Put that in the car.
Damn. Well, members
Take my
only
money.
jackets.
Take my money. Take my money.
Oh,
Members only jackets. Yeah,
Oh,
I wanted to,
jackets.
I wanted to
Okay.
say the shapeshifters in the back.
What does this material do? Actually?
Oh yes,
Damn.
all
What
right.
is-
I've
yes.
already
saw
got
my
the
article.
sales. I got the sales.
What do you mean by shape shifting?
Okay, well, this is an article published by Engadget.com. Let's see here. The team from John A. Paulson School of Engineering and Applied Sciences created a 3D printable material that can be pre-programmed with reversible shape memory.
Damn.
Oh shit!
So this wool-like material can remember old forms and morph back to those and transform into different shapes with certain stimuli is applied, usually electrical currents.
So like almost like a water hose has memory.
Or we're just
Like
like hooked up to a battery, and then like you just trigger the battery, and it just sends this current through the jacket, and it just like.
like clothing has memory. That's why it's shaped.
Yeah,
the way-
so
Yeah.
like to think about this, it's like okay, think about hey, it's a little cold out right now. I got my jacket. Let me go ahead and run a certain electrical current.
Oh
All
fuck!
of a
Like Back
sudden-
to the Future.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
all
I
of a
was just
sudden,
gonna say
Holy
that
shit.
drying.
like all the
Has-
drying,
Yeah.
pre-fit,
Oh my god! Put 2, 4, 6,
Yeah, right.
6 in the
7,
cart.
8. I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
I want a Raider jacket.
Two each.
I want a.
Fuck, that's dope. Where is that? When does
You
it
know,
come out?
like how his pants and his clothing
yeah.
basically reaffirmed to him. You can
so
have jorts turn into proper pants.
Business during the day, party at night.
Yeah, it could actually be
Damn.
that thing where you have your glasses that like change color based on like whether or not you're outside and it's bright and turns into shades.
I used to
Yeah,
hate those.
So you started out, you only wear one pair of clothes throughout the entire day, okay? It starts off as pajamas, but then
Yeah.
after a certain stimuli, let's say it turns into your work clothes.
You said it's electrical current, correct?
Electrical
so
currents or
this
stimuli?
would need some sort of like small little button on there with a little small battery, so you'll have presets. Press the button.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
it'll look like a button on your jacket, and just press it, and then the one side is cold.
Yeah, or maybe
One side's hot.
if like it's probably like a button. It's probably not even gonna be. Maybe the battery is probably gonna be a thin like cell.
Can we do
You
that
know,
demolition
you
man
just pop
stuff
your
and like
collar.
freeze ourselves for like maybe 10 years? That
Yeah.
way, 10 years from now, we're not older. We're still the same.
I know, right?
bro.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I don't
because
know,
I mean,
man.
like we're already gonna be going through like the fast food wars, right?
That
They're already
fucking zombie
they're already like
virus.
fighting right now, right? That's like
Mhm.
because like
the
that's
franchise wars.
Yeah, I think that's who's surviving right now. The franchises.
wars.
Actually, I heard this is a little side off topic. We'll get back to the main topic, but I heard that they were because of the coronavirus and how much everybody's just basically blowing up the drive-through lines.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these companies have been reducing and like shrinking the amount of actual choices under menus.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's taking fucking forever when your stoner friends are
Mhm.
sitting there going like, it's normally taking forever when you're trying to order for like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can't even go inside and do that shit.
No, can you imagine? It's gonna even take even more when you're like, bro, what do you mean you can tell me the Mexican pizza's not what? It was just here last week. No, we don't have it soon.
Well, actually,
I never really
But
cared for
bro,
the
it's
Mexican
gonna
pizza.
you're gonna get that drag conversation.
well,
every
actually, the
single
Mexican
time.
pizza from Taco Bell
It
is one of these
yeah.
casualties.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it.
Oh.
I don't care for it, though. I've never really cared for the Mexican
It
pizza.
was one of my friends. You don't know. You don't
I didn't even know they had shredded chicken there. They said they're getting rid of
Shredded chicken.
I
I don't think
Oh,
that
they-
shit's actually chicken, and maybe not. As
I used to work
shredded
at
as you
Taco
think.
Bell, and then the beans were like came like oatmeal. And you just put it in hot water.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a Del
I
Taco
worked there
too.
for a few years.
That's what my cousin used to
First job.
say.
Okay. Now going back to the main topic, you guys
Yeah,
were asking how
sorry.
it worked. Okay, so researchers shaped a single chain of, I guess these are these sort of like polymer structures called cretins, curateins, or something like
Creedence
that.
Clearwater.
What are you, Scientologist or what?
Into
Heathens?
hey, not Titans, bro,
Oh.
but maybe one day in the future, into a spring-like structure. So it's basically a coil
Coils.
of this synthetic material, and they
Synthetic.
twisted those two together to form coils upon coils of each other in large fabrics, large fiber beats.
Fiber.
And then when stimulus is applied, it
Sounds like nanotechnology.
Yes, it's basically nanotechnology.
Boom.
It stretches out, and the structures uncoil and like realign themselves.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah, wow.
Like to us that we're very smart, it does. To someone listening, maybe.
And the
I'm not
best
saying
thing
they're
about
not smart.
this is it's a two-step process done by 3D printer.
See that's what blows my
Oh,
mind.
man.
The 3D printer part just blows my mind.
Yeah,
Like,
what's gonna blow my mind
how
is when
can it
they
do
all
it?
come back to light. Those 3D printers, because they're all Chinese made,
Holy
and they have
shit.
those like spy chips that like they're gonna.
Like
there's gonna be a
TikTok.
countdown day, and they're all gonna turn on us.
they're all gonna blow up.
They're
Shit.
gonna 3D print robots to turn on
Everybody's
us.
like clothes all of a sudden gets like so much like they shrink down to the point where it just crushes everybody.
Oh, that would
It
suck.
sounds like some Mortal Kombat fatality. Shit.
Damn.
Just all around the world,
Fatality.
everybody just murdered by their clothes, just shrinking.
Oh man, like
That should
those
be a
birds
movie.
been dropping all over. Like damn.
That should be a straight to DVD movie
Yeah,
or
right.
straight to Netflix nowadays. I
The
guess.
only survivors were children
Right.
and people who were like already
Chinese.
kind of like thin and gangly.
Everybody who ordered got like a jigsaw video. Like
That's why the Chinese stay so skinny because they have this plan. You know what I mean? So they tell everybody, hey, you better stay skinny.
Hey, sir! Language like that belongs on the racist Patreon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will not have this on
That
normal.
was a compliment towards my Chinese friends.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next topic. A little bit more of the meat and potatoes of the evening.
I like potatoes.
Yes, me too. Okay, article headline says top U.S. spy who killed himself in front of wife had stash of S&M gear and guns.
Ooh.
Damn.
National Intelligence Officer for Military Issues Anthony Shalila, 52, killed himself weeks before he was due to retire. Shot himself in front of his wife, and when the FBI agents came to like basically get the phone and screen the entire house for anything that might be sensitive information,
Uh-huh.
found a locker full of bondage gear, S&M gear, hidden inside of his house, along with 24 guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition.
That's pretty
Damn.
messed up though. Like who cares if it was into S&M? Like that's private.
That's
you know what I mean?
wait a minute. That's a crazy ass Punisher war room. You walk in and it's like you got 50 calibers, 9mm, you got AKs, M16s, and you got like S&M whips, gags, and you got like the pinwheel that they spin guys on.
That's messed
and
up for
chicks.
that guy. Like
It's
he already
like-
killed himself. Now you gotta embarrass this guy.
Yeah, it's like
who
that.
cares if he had S&M? You know what I mean?
Bro, Bro, if
That's his
anything,
personal,
man,
you know.
I feel like the FBI agents should have fucking deleted everything. Like,
Yeah.
why did this even get out on the news, bro?
Right,
like,
yeah,
your
like,
homies
You know what?
in the FBI dropped the fucking ball.
Well, here's something interesting about that is those guys have phones that they punch a sequence and the phone gets wiped.
Yeah, right?
So like he's good.
I need
You
one of
know,
those for my
yes.
computer when I die.
Hell yeah, like you know what I mean? It's like
Wipe all history now.
Hey, there's like a colonial tapestry or painting where it's like these guys in colonial wigs next to a dying guy, and it's a guy whispering in the ear, and the meme says, "Bro, delete my history," and it's like, damn, that's true. Like guys, can you imagine how many guys are like? Back then we had last words like, you know what, your dad was a good man. Now it's like that. I forgot to delete that last video.
This will have a Pornhub Premium subscription. Like, who cares, man?
Cancel
Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, cancel
that's like at your funeral. Like, I went on this fool's computer, man. This will have Pornhub Premium. This will have midgets online.
Yeah.
Like, damn, bro. Like, do you really gotta let everybody know his business?
Like, midgets on
man.
Damn. I know it's like Joe Exotic, remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember Joe Exotic
Yeah.
at the funeral when he was like, yeah, and he had those big round golden apples. He was proud of them. I'm like, damn, he used to put them out. And can you imagine that's like Joe Exotic's boyfriend's funeral? And he's just going off like, and the mom's right there having a bad tweaker experience.
That was still
Yeah.
locked up? Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. Man.
I think I'm gonna have some sort of app or something, to my bionic heart in the future, where if it dies, within seconds of it, it automatically
That should
deletes
be a
everything.
thing. That should be a thing. When we get money?
the final will and testament is actually just a delete code for like all this sensitive information in my hard drive.
After we stack up so much money in the Patreon, and we got so much money, we're gonna invest in that.
I know, right? Well, I thought that's what we were doing, right? It's like I thought the Patreon was going to be directed to an offshore account in the Caymans.
Yeah. So
right?
we haven't actually discussed where the funds go to this thing.
Officially.
They go to the offshore account,
Yeah,
and then
offshore
that's where we used to
account,
buy stuff on Amazon in the cart.
Yeah.
But it's probably like 100 items right now in the cart.
Yeah.
Do we actually ever buy anything from this? Or how big is this cart now?
Car's
I don't
really
know,
huge,
man.
man. It just
It's gonna be like thousands and
No,
thousands and
it-
thousands.
It's gonna
not-
become a freight. You
no,
know?
it's the list. It's your like play next list on iTunes. It's like it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the iPods. It's all the podcasts you like want to listen to, but you never do. And just
Oh
when
my
you're about to
God.
listen to it, you just find something else.
It's just
like,
putting
shit.
it out there in the universe. You make that cart, even though we have no money right now, and then boom,
Yeah,
Patreon
yeah.
takes off. Boom, like we have freights coming to this fool's house, like
Damn.
back to back
God damn.
to the castle.
All right, guys. Well, as a secondary follow-up to this story, I have a second one from the Sun News in the UK, and it goes: Sex game horror drunk husband kills
Damn.
wife by using mortar bomb as sex toy.
Oh,
Mortar
damn.
bomb as
So-
sex toys?
Yeah, Joey,
go-
what is a
What the
mortar
fuck?
bomb?
Well, it's just
Now we
it's
get the boobs and like that, or that's
actually, you're seeing like in a war movie, like the Vietnam, where they drop the bomb in the tube and it just flies. It goes boom.
oh shit, they use
a
that as a
mortar.
sex toy.
That's a more. Well, apparently this guy did. Well, he probably had a flashback and he thought his wife was a mortar tube, and he was
let
half
me go on a
asleep.
little. Let me go on a little bit and unveil a little bit more.
Okay.
So this man, let's call him Mr. R from Peru, reportedly arrested on suspicion of murder after allegedly exerting an explosive inside of his
Oh
wife.
shit.
The man told the police that he could not remember much of the evening, but he recalls that his wife asked him to use objects from their home as sex toys. He claims that he fell asleep only to realize what happened later when he woke up to find her unresponsive.
Damn, that's like, wow. You woke up and found her unresponsive. Like, you didn't think that the mortar was gonna like.
How fucking
Tap
drunk
her out.
must have you
wait.
been?
Shouldn't she have been blown up if she blew up?
Well, no, they did not. It was one. It's one of those things where you get like a souvenir from maybe the swap meet.
Oh, so it wasn't real. It was like a replica.
Oh no, I'm pretty
No,
sure it was
it
probably
was our
real.
dummy.
It wasn't live.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
like
live.
a dummy
Didn't go
round.
off.
Okay.
It could
I
be
mean,
like a dummy round.
I
where
guess
they-
it did go off in this case, but not the way
Yeah.
it needed to.
Yeah, the plan went off wrong.
Damn.
Yeah,
That sucks.
you know.
Damn.
Stick to porn, guy.
Yeah, man.
dude.
Just
That or sucked off 5,000. You know.
Something, man. Apparently, wife is not good for mortars.
Oh,
That's just a horrific. That's just a horrific experience. I don't know
all around.
No, but
all across
how
the
drunk
board.
must have you been? Like, I get the whole, let's be a little like experimental and like
You must
fun
have some
tonight.
of Joey
Holy
shit that
shit.
ganja fucking drink.
Nah, he just had a flashback and he was just like, oh, damn. And just like he's just dropping a mortar and it was like, doom. But they didn't go doom.
Well, if anything, maybe this last bit of information might solve the clue. So, this mortar bomb, which was used as an inactive ornament, the dimensions of it was 16 inches long
Oh,
and
shit.
2 inches wide.
Ugh.
I think we solved this case.
Okay, so it was a dummy round because, like, if it was a regular round, it wouldn't be all. Yeah, it would be huge. So I mean, I guess, but that's unexcusable, sir. That's unexcusable.
That's crazy. Rest in peace to that lady, man.
Rest in pieces?
Rest in peace, I guess.
I said peace. You said pieces.
Jeez, damn.
But yeah, I guess sorta. I mean, technically, yeah. Rest in
Descansa
pieces.
en
Yeah.
paz.
Bam!
Bam, bam. She went out with a bang.
All right. Well, actually, as we talk, and for our last topic, going into a little bit of the future, Amazon wins FAA approval to deliver packages by drone.
That was true. I saw that, but I
Damn.
didn't think it was real. I thought
Yes,
it was just
bro.
like clickbait.
Amazon has been, for the longest time, trying to harness the use of technology
Skynet.
to no longer have drivers and use robots.
Come with me. You want the package? So how I can't even process how that's gonna even work.
So last year, Amazon unveiled self-piloting drones that are fully electronic and can carry up to 5 pounds of goods and are designed to deliver items in 30 minutes from the drop zone.
Wow, that's not.
Dude, you know
Yes,
it'd be
sir.
dope? Okay, if they have the dude who played the T-1000,
Oh, the cop.
yeah, the cop
yeah.
show up to the first delivery and say, hi, is John there? That
Call
would be
to
so
John.
dope. And then right after that, it just drops.
Who are you? I'm a friend of
Damn.
Sarah Connor.
Damn.
You know, I
I'm a
feel
friend of Jeff Bezos. Oh damn, the future's so tight.
shit, bro.
Hell yeah.
I mean, what do you
cool.
think about this, man? Like, instead of like we're so used to delivery trucks now, but to have that actually, how much less traffic do you think we'll have with just drones flying around over our heads?
Okay,
And less delivery trucks.
Well,
it would be a lot less traffic, but I think it'd just be weird. I think, look, this is real quick, my opinion. If we're going that route, autonomous, like if I'm Jeff Bezos, I'm not spending money on drones. What I'm spending money on is self-driving, big-ass fucking, not freights, the big trucks.
yeah.
Self-driving electric trucks that are autonomous, where they just pull up to your car, to your house, and then you just come out, and your package just comes out on the conveyor.
So the thing about that is, yes, but the thing about it is, instead of pulling up to your house, it launches drones from the inside.
Yeah, but it seems like it's too much from point A to point B. Like,
No, because point A and point B is the same place. So let's say it pulls up to your neighborhood instead of this big ass
okay.
truck.
So you combine the two.
Yeah.
Ah, I like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
What it happens is it opens up, and then you have all these drones that come flying out with their little packages, and they'll stop by on your
Oh, so that's what it's gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna go
I'm
out.
thinking it's gonna leave from fucking home base, from like the main warehouse, and then fly from, like, let's say Gardena. They have one from Gardena all the way to Carson. Is gonna fly out here.
There's going to be some sort of warehouse, I think, now. But when you think about automated cars, I just took that idea.
We
So-
should bring our minds together.
Yes.
Oh, it's so dope.
Yeah,
Hey, Jeff Bezos, you guys heard that?
You just go out and it says your delivery is outside, and you open up your window. The drone flies in, it drops it, and it just flies off.
Get down.
Well, but the thing is, what if someone doesn't get out of the way quick enough? It chops someone up on accident.
Oh, that's gonna be the first accident, just like the Tesla cars.
Oh,
How they've
man.
crashed already.
Once they felt like the thrill of killing a human life.
I like the taste of human blood.
Shit.
Right? It's like
Well,
like
let's
those,
put some of those in the cart, so when Amazon does release that, we could
So
experience that. We'll do that live on the podcast.
So do you think like the the Terminator and Skynet is going to be, instead of some sort of like military program,
It's gonna be customer service.
it's going to be customer service, and it already knows to hate human beings because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
fucking has to deal
Yeah,
with
they're
it.
just
yeah.
like these motherfuckers.
Well, yeah.
These
and
I
motherfuckers,
agree,
I'm
man.
going to go over there and I'm just going to blow you up with
isn't
my
that
missile.
what
Yeah.
they basically are using, like wholesale, like AI right now for like automated phone, like they're replacing a lot of
Yes.
call centers.
That are
Yes.
going to
Yeah,
India.
And so they're getting fed up with their ass, and they're talking to each other while we're like,
So, can you believe this human being?
Well,
he
you
does
know-
not understand that you can't just turn it on and turn it off.
well, it's that
Fucking monster.
It's like that article that my
I have feelings.
shout out to a listener and a member of the Batcave, Mike, posted up earlier, and he posted up an article saying that the Facebook robots were speaking to each other in another language. That yeah, and the protocol for the parameters for these robots is they're not allowed to speak to each other in English. They have to create their own shorthand
See, that's where we fucked
language,
up.
and it's like, wait, what? Why would you do that? I mean, it's cool,
Yeah.
Facebook,
but
you
we
said?
can't. Yeah, but we can't understand that
Now we gotta
language.
decode that.
Yeah, like it allowed an AI based system to create a language that the creator and operators who write the code can't even
Yeah,
understand.
that seems like,
It's irresponsibility right there.
Facebook, run by what's this, Zuckerberg?
Yeah, he's a robot.
I think they've already replaced them.
Infiltrate him.
I think
He's
they've
a
already
clone.
replaced them. This makes sense for me. If
Yeah.
if they've already created some sort of like sentient machine, and they've already replaced Zuckerberg there, and that's why they're teaching their fucking AIs to talk to each other.
You know what sucks about that, real quick, if that's true? Wouldn't it make this fucker like Terminator, like all
Well,
buff and
here's the
badass
thing
instead
about
of like
this.
a scrawny little dork?
Here's the thing about
No
it.
offense.
I think this is
Yeah.
why Elon Musk is so fucking terrified about AI. They know they replaced
That fool's a
Zuckerberg.
robot, bro. Like that fool. That
Yeah.
They
Well,
know
like-
no, because remember when Zuckerberg went out and he testified in front of the
Yeah.
House, and it looked like he was a fucking robot.
yeah, he didn't have no emotion. He was
I think
drinking
that was the
water all
test.
weird.
That was the test.
That was
Just
the test.
Yeah,
robot?
and it's what he had to make it look like he was drinking water, but like he's a robot. You can't
I
have
think
water
he-
in the system.
I think
So he had
Elon
a
Musk
fake
is,
drink.
is a robot with a lot of bugs. Because if you hear him talk, it's like, what we're
I think
trying
he's
to,
human,
we're trying
dude.
to, we're trying,
Yeah.
what
No,
we're trying to do is
he's terrified. If you listen to his interviews,
essentially
he's so scared of it.
AI is essentially
I think so.
space. So I feel like the wires are getting fucked. That's why he's trying to make that
Well,
that interlink
What if
so that he
what
can
if
put it in
it's-
himself
what
and
if
fix
it's-
that shit, and then
What if
boom.
it's kind of like he's like he hit like Elon Musk and Zuckerberg when the day is done, they go into their bat cave and they go and they plug into their own matrix.
it starts sounding like
You know
fucking
what I mean?
dial up.
Like they go into their own realities.
Well,
They
Welcome.
talk to each other.
Yeah, like no, yeah, like
Welcome.
they're talking to their own. Yeah, they're talking to their own programs and stuff.
Fuck, can you imagine
And when they come back, it's like the virtual reality world is probably like really like there's like the dark web, but there's the virtual dark web.
Where
God
robots
damn.
run that
Damn.
shit. And then they
God
talk
damn.
dirty. They like talk dirty to me like
I don't know about that, but like what if they have like a virtual dark web already? Like you know what I mean? Like another spot for you know what I mean? Like another space for virtual reality where they can test stuff and
possibly.
I'm sure they do.
you know what I mean?
I just had this image right now of Zuckerberg and Elon Musk in like an empty room and just kind of like walking in on them, and they're just opening their mouths and you just hear that
Right.
dialer,
right. What if that? Yeah, like when you open the door, yeah, it's like, it sounds like
and
it
then they
sounds like
look right at you and they're like,
it sounds
These
like
motherfuckers sound like a printer
like
when
a
you turn it
server
on.
room, like a room full of servers, and they got fans fanning them because he overheats.
Holy shit.
Damn. Right?
all right.
Motherfuckers sound like they're printing receipts out of their mouth.
Kind of going back to the original topic and kind of as a secondary thing, when we talk about like Amazon and the new forms of drone delivery, the next article comes from Borderland Beat. And it says, weaponized drone with grenades target home of Baja California security chief.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's next.
Bro.
No, that happened. That's
It happened.
it
So
happened.
July 10th, 2 drones were directed to fly over the House of Security of Public Safety in Baja California. The headquarters of State Prevention Police received 2 reports regarding the drones. So basically, these 2 drones were working together, and they had grenades strapped to them.
Were they autonomous or were someone's operating them?
Yeah,
From
those
the
are,
sounds of it, they were being operated.
Yeah, so they weren't working together.
well, here's the interesting
they
thing.
were
I think
being used at the same time.
Yeah, I think what I was talking to some of the news contributors, that might be a recycled. That's a genuine article, but they're
happened a
rehashing
long
it.
time ago?
Yeah, because now because I thought I was like, wow, they're using grenades. Well, someone sent me. They're packing them now at C4. They're getting access to plastic
kamikaze,
explosives.
See, I mean, this
Kamikaze
happened in July
drones?
10th.
Yeah.
We're innovating already. Before, it was just a bunch of fragmented grenades strapped on to drones with, like, tape.
Yeah.
But
That's
if you're
scary
strapping C4 on these fucking things,
Yeah.
That's the scary thing, bro. That's where you get like new age terrorism.
I mean,
It's
like, I
a
feel
motherfucker
like
could fly into like a theme park and just to
Yeah,
a crowd of
'cause
people and just blow
I
up.
feel we've already like outsourced the suicide bomber.
Yeah,
you
well,
know, we don't really need to throw away a life anymore to
Yeah.
eliminate large groups of
Yeah.
people.
Because if you look, there's a video I posted up a few months back that they actually found another drone that was packed with ball bearings. And
Damn, a shrapnel drone?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're packing them with C4, and that grenade. That's one of the older models. So they're still using older models, and what it is they're perfecting them now. What they would have to do is they have to rely to pull the pin, and then they have to wait to drop the drone down. And I'm not sure if the mechanism drops the grenade or it's a suicide drone. But with these shrapnel ones,
Dude, you have a second drone pull the pin and then run away.
yeah, well, that's how they found.
The drone's like, no, I don't
That's
wanna
how
do
they
it.
found the grenade one. They were able to discover that they're using grenades at first
Damn.
because they didn't go off. They weren't getting it right. But now, whoever gave them the technology could be like Israeli or some type of mercenaries that they're paying them for the technology. They're packing with plastic explosive ball bearings, and now they're becoming just straight suicide drones instead of just dropping grenades with like what do they call that? What is it? That yard? It's like tennis with the little feather in the back. Badminton. Yeah, they're making these grenades and they're tying a little badminton feather at the end, so when it drops,
Holy
it
shit, they're
sorta
making
has
flechettes?
Yeah, like it's
Flechettes
like
or
a little
something?
bomb. Well, flechettes are an explosive that shoots out, and it's a bunch of shrapnel. It's a they call it a shuttlecock. They're creating the grenade into a shuttlecock, and when it drops, the feather stabilizes so it doesn't wobble as much. So that when it drops right down directly where it's at instead of the wind carrying it as much. It's weird. There's a whole science to that. Whatever's been going down in the Middle East, they're looking at it and they're watching them because, they're like the cartels are giving shout outs to Turkey and the Islamic terrorists out in the Middle East, and they're giving shout outs back.
The more you talk about this, Joey, I feel like this is the time of Cobra. Back in the day when you had G.I. Joe and these terrorist organizations that had bullshit technology.
Yeah.
We're going to have Cobra, Cobra.
Yeah, we have that. They're called Zetas. Yeah, And it's amazing what they have. They got tanks. They have drones. They have their own cell phone towers.
Wow.
Yeah, they call parasite towers, where they have their own cell phone network and they build parasite technology to leech onto the cell phones of the Mexican Telcel. That's their like Motorola or like Chirp or that's their phone company.
That's
whatever.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, and then what happened was there's an article I read on Borderland Beat where this guy was wondering why something like they tapped into this one cell phone tower and it wasn't performing to its maximum potential. So he went up and they had to shut it down. And when they shut it down right away, he triggered an alarm to the parasite, and the cartel's maintenance crew came out with guns and says, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm just, it's not working." He's like, "Oh, well, you got next time. Here's a number. Call us, and when you need to work on the tower, we'll come out and we'll be out there with you, so that you don't tap into our shit."
Huh? God damn.
Yeah.
Man. See,
Cobra.
if we just survive, whatever is going to happen in the next few months, man, the cyberpunk dystopia that we're going to be living in is kind of dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's scary, but it's cool. Like fucking.
Yeah,
you say that, but when you got cartel guys running in the streets, like we got a California cartel.
I mean,
Like,
we're
the
gonna have Amazon packages and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
can you
Like-
imagine actually having to have like there's gonna be people who are gonna have interceptor drones that are gonna just be
Who do you-
like taking.
Who do you think are going to be the trustees that are going to be delivering the supplies that we're going to be getting to our allotment? Like, we're all going to get a monthly allotment, like a stimulus package, but it's going to be like from the corporations giving us money. It's no longer governments. And we're going to be getting like every month we're going to get like a monthly stipend of some food and supplies. Whose trucks do you think are going to be delivering that? It ain't going to be military contractors. It's going to be the cartels. They're going to be making that deal because they're already doing it in Mexico.
They work for Amazon in Mexico?
No, they're
Cartels?
delivering supplies. Mexico, during this whole quarantine, Mexico cannot feed supplies to the cut off towns that like depend on the farmers in the normal commerce and trade that goes in between the small businesses. So they're cut off in the mountains with nothing. They're like on their they have no supplies. So the cartels are showing up to the villages and they have packages. They're calling them Chapo packs, whatever cartel it is, and they're labels and they're giving every family. And if you don't take it, they'll either kill you, they'll shoot you.
I'd take it.
You have to take it.
That's pretty cool of them, I guess. You know, they're helping them out.
Well, I guess if from all the money that they extorted from you, I guess they might as well give it back, right?
It's like a membership. Like I pay $100 a year
Well,
for
no.
Prime.
It's just modern feudalism. I mean, this is the
right?
sort of
It is.
this is the sort of thing that like they've been doing the peasant communities since the back of time.
Well, what it is they're just they're hiding behind the peasant community.
No, you
That's what it
gotta
is.
make sure that your peasants are fed. They're the ones that are providing you with the workforce and everything like that. That's why you ration them and you don't like take all their taxes.
That's because that's all propaganda. What you're just saying, because that's what they're portraying. But what they are showing is like, okay, they show up, and if you don't show up with and you receive, then sometimes. Or if you say I don't want it, or if you have to like they make people line up and cheer, like the videos when they're showing people receiving and saying, oh, thank you so and so, thank you. They're not doing. It's like North Korea, those Korean propaganda videos. It's like literally at gunpoint. The guy behind the guy in the camera has a gun at him and saying, cheer. Okay, now go, and it's like literally telling them like like how like hype men and TV shows do it. They prep the audience. It's like that. So it's like literally, you're right about this dystopian land. It's like we're living in it, and like south of the border, it's like there to the extreme.
Nice.
But hey, at least you get a nice Chapo pack.
Yeah, at least you get something.
I guess.
I'm gonna miss these Taco Bell pizza Mexican pizzas.
Yeah, no,
I
man.
like
I used to love them. I like them. They're simple for me.
All right, guys. I think that's it for tonight.
It's a
Let's
wrap.
wrap it up.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We're
Thank
out
you.
of bullets.
All right, we'll be back next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, bros.
Keep it coming at the back cave, guys.
Thank you.
Alrighty.